You're listening to the Cricket Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cricket Podcast, where we are going to make our predictions for the T20 World Cup. Max, the categories are Best Batter, Best Bowler, MVP, Winner, Semi-finalist. Do we have time for that? Flop of the tournament, and Best Associate Nation. How about that?
Okay, sounds fine.
So let's snake draft, classic style. Max, you first. I come second. Ross, you get to go third this time. Max, who's going to get the most runs in the T20 World Cup?
The most runs. I'm going to go for Babar Azam.
Oh, he's got to play at the Death Dome.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that.
Not too late.
Babar Azam. They'll fix the pitch, and he'll score a bunch of runs, averaging 50 at a strike rate of 110.
No takey backies.
No take backs.
I think with the pitch in mind, you have to go for someone who's going to be dodging that. And I think that means England and Australia are prime candidates, because I think they'll play the most matches and they won't. Well, fingers crossed for England and Australia fans have to deal with anything as bad as we saw today. I will take Joss Buttler. Ross, you can go next, and then you get to do best bowler as well.
Jack.
What is that?
It's Josh Chitter.
Oh yeah, Josh Shitter. Yeah, that's an in-joke. Lots of people will be coming to this podcast either for the first time or back after the IPL, because some people do skip the IPL. We got dogs abuse on Twitter for not calling out Josh Shitter during one of his innings. Unfortunately for the person who called us out for not saying that Josh Shitter was batting badly, Josh Shitter went on to score 100 and
single-handedly.
So,
if you're playing along on the bingo card in the Discord, you can cross off explaining an in-joke.
Yes. Well, no, that one is worth explaining, because I'm sure someone will call him Josh Shitter again. And
yes.
Now they know. Ross, who are you going to take?
I'm going to take Brohit. I'm going to double down on our World Cup fantasy, which Alex has organised. I've said that Rohit's going to have his Indian summer. That's what he's going to have. He's going to have a great tournament. It's purpose built for every Rohit Sharma fan. Like, just think of the narrative, guys. On this, stripped of the Mumbai Indians captaincy, has got a point to prove to world cricket, and I just think that narrative is always very strong.
Awesome. Yeah. Top bowler. Who are you going to go for? Most wickets.
Bumrah.
Yeah,
I'm staying India. I think Bumrah, safe bet.
That's some pretty low hanging fruit. To be honest,
I think it work.
Kind of makes a lot of sense. I bigged up Adam Zampa big time, didn't I? On the preview.
Yeah, you did.
So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to say Zamps is going to be the one to take the wickets in this tournament. And Max, you get to complete best bowler category.
Yeah, I mean, it's tempting to take Amrick Nortje because he's already got 4. That would be. I feel like that would be a bit churlish. I'm going to go. No, I'm going to go Australia as well. I'm going to go, and a little risky that he might not play every game where he can rack up a bunch of wickets, but he played every game in the IPL pretty much. So I'm going to go Mitchell Starc.
Ooh. I think that's a curveball. So just to recap the first 2 rounds. Max already forgot. Babar Azam for top batter, Joss Buttler and not Virat Kohli. We ignored Virat Kohli. Rohit Sharma were our top run scorers. So look forward to all of them.
He got the orange cap. He's not going to do it again.
Best bowler: Bumrah, Zampa, and Stark. I think we've got a higher chance of winning best bowler than best batter.
I think that's
if I'm honest. Yeah, and Ross, I hope that's the sound of you typing.
I'm typing them out because last time we forgot. So literally in the private chat, I'm literally writing them down. So otherwise, I'm not going back and listening to this.
Cool. Next category, Max, was MVP, most valuable player. Who will be the most?
And this is worked out on the IPL scoring mechanism, isn't it?
No, we just make it up. I think.
Oh, we just make it up. Okay,
we decide who's the best.
We decide.
Oh, that's yeah.
I mean, David Weiser's already banked some serious points already. A super over win by himself is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Dre Russ.
Ooh, Dr. Dre Russ. I think that's a good shout. That was probably what I was going to do. So you'll have to forgive me here while I prevaricate slightly.
You can't pick Son on the Rhine. He's not around.
Yeah, no, that was my next choice. So I'm really screwed here. I'm going to hedge here.
Go Hasaranga. He's batting up the order. He's bowling his full quota.
Could happen. Took 2 wickets.
I don't think Hasaranga is a bad shout. I think Hasaranga is a good shout for top wickets as well, because Hasaranga is unplayable if you've not seen Hasaranga before. So Hasaranga it would be a fair shout. I'm going to go for Virat Kohli. We've got to give Virat some love, haven't we? He had a great IPL. I don't know. I was scared to pick him for top runs because of the New York factor, but I still think he could win the semi-final and the final by himself. So that'd probably get him MVP, wouldn't it? Ross.
I wonder if he'll bowl at all in this tournament, because actually the pitches might.
I tell you, he'd be handy.
Yeah, Virat's bowling. Whoop, might sneak one through. It's a tough one. I'll go with someone from England to hedge my bet. So I think I'll take Captain Josh Butler for MVP. Can I choose him even in different it's a different category?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Purely on the fact that his job's on the line, right? So if he fails, and I think he's someone who stands up to the challenge.
Rob, should we do flop of the tournament next?
Well, let's just say just recap on that one. So we got Dr. Dre for Max.
What's Dre, Russ?
Yeah, Dr. Dre, Russ. I've got Josh Butler, and you had, I can't remember now.
Virat Kohli.
Virat.
I had to think about that, but it was Virat.
Yeah, it was Virat.
Shows the depths of research we put into these predictions. Ross,
this is who do we think it was going to go out? Well, in terms of predictions, I think that actually Pakistan have a chance of going out in the first round, and I think that's a big upset. So I think actually flop could well be Babar Azam for me.
I think there is a serious chance of that. I'm happy to go. I'm happy to double down, take the risk with Ross here. Mohammed Rizwan.
Okay.
I don't know. There's something I really don't like about Pakistan.
I'm feeling a lot better about my Babar Azam pick now. Now that you've both pinned your colours to the mast on Pakistan, they're winning the whole thing, man.
Mate, if they pick Azam Khan, they can't pick Azam Khan now. They literally can't. He embarrassed the country last week. Literally, that is how bad it was. It was real bad. So Mohammed Rizwan has to take the gloves, and where are they going to field Azam Khan the whole time? It's a difficult one.
Max.
Flop's a tough one. I feel like
it's got to go India. You've got to go to India player, Max. Surely you've got to bet against the house.
Yeah, no, that's a good point actually. Yeah, why not? Let's go with an India player. Who are we going to flop? Let's say
Suryakumar Yadav. I reckon he's in the locker.
Yeah, he's on the list. Is Hardik Pandya a flop after the IPL? Can you say that? Is we expect him to be good?
Yeah.
Hardik Pandya then.
Oh, Hardik.
I think Hardik's going to have a good tournament.
Yeah, probably. On the back of the IPL, he'll probably come back and be good. But he'd be his bowling will be handy at the next.
From what I've seen in the first 4 games, from the first 4 games, I don't think Hardik Pandya on a good pitch is a particularly good bowler anymore. I think he's lost a bit of pace, and he can't really bowl the bumper that well. I don't think his variations are elite. They're okay. He's fine. But I think on these pitches, you don't need to be bowling 140 Ks.
No, you don't need bowling 120 and you'll be fine.
You don't need a great cutter. You need to just deliver the ball.
Yeah,
roughly in the area the batters.
Well, it's all fun and
ultimate
games.
Leveler.
All fun and games of flop. Ultimately, we are picking someone who's very good at cricket to be bad at cricket. So it's a high.
Yeah. It's a high risk game. Should we do top associate team next?
Yeah,
and we might have to judge this. It might not be a team that gets through. It might be a team that we just think acquitted themselves well or picked up lots of points and were a bit unlucky. Max, you go first.
Yeah, right. Back to me. I mean, I could go with the US, having seen them win a game, but again, that feels like it would be cheating. So I'm going to go.
No, I think US is a good shout. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, but I've got evidence, haven't I, to choose it? But I'm first pick, aren't I? So I do have that.
That's the advantage.
Yeah, the USA.
Nice. I like it. Home team. Yeah. I think there are 2 other very good quality picks in this round. I'm going to take the Netherlands because
Ooh.
I think Sri Lanka looked like they're the sort of team that could definitely lose to the Netherlands and Bangladesh.
Yeah.
They don't even look. They just are the kind of team. They're probably not even favourites for that game against the Netherlands, to be honest.
No,
Bangladesh
most
are
likely
an
to get
absolute
through.
shower.
Most likely to get through. I think Netherlands is a good call.
So I'm going for Netherlands. Ross, final pick.
That is nice. This is a tough one because I have quite a soft spot for Namibia. I actually really quite like watching their games. I like the way they go about playing. But are they really going to get out of the group stage against England, Australia, and then playing against Scotland is going to be a tough one? But I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to say Namibia. They've won one game. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I think so. I thought Scotland were the other option there.
Yeah.
I think
I was deciding between the US and Scotland for my pick.
Yeah, but at the same time, Scotland have that thing as well, don't they? They might well beat England, but then they could easily lose to Oman and Namibia somehow. Like it could just be like that way. So I'll stick with Namibia.
I think I said in maybe the Scotland preview or maybe the Australia preview that the biggest banker in this entire tournament is Australia to beat Scotland. Like, there's just something in the national psyches of those two nations that mean that it's impossible for there to be any other result there, except like Australia 280 or Scotland 15. Like it's going to be a tough one. I hope they prove me wrong. I actually really like the Scotland cricket team. I thought they were my second choice in that category. Right, so what have we got left? Semi-finalists and finalists.
Ross, this is kind of predetermined, isn't it? There's only a certain people. There's only a certain mechanism that can actually work. Okay, well, way.
It's an advantage if you know how that works. Then, so
I'm going to say India.
Yes, fair.
They will be there. And now I don't know how the rest of the thing works, so I'm going to say England.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. I'm going to say, can South Africa do it?
Yes, I think so.
And then who would be the final one? Australia. That's what I'm going to do.
I think, Ross, basically what you've done there is picked all of the really obvious choices, haven't you? Like it
took me a long time to think of my fourth choice of being the multiple world champions, if I'm perfectly honest.
I can't remember exactly how this works, so I'm actually going to get this up. So the Super 8s, Max, we were talking about this earlier. The Group 1, India, Australia, New Zealand, and Sri Lanka is the predetermined Group 1. Group 2 is Pakistan, England, West Indies, and South Africa. With that in mind, just add a little bit of variation. I'll go for India and Australia and England and West Indies as my 4 finalists. 4 semi-finalists.
So it's what I said. So it's what I said. Even possible? Can?
Yeah. You said South Africa, Australia. Yeah, so it is possible. Max, your choice for the semi-finalists. This isn't as fun as the IPL.
No, it's not. Is it?
Actually, quite a limited number of options.
Screw it. Let's go. So, what did Ross have? Sorry,
I had India, England, South Africa, and Australia.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go England, West Indies, Australia, and New Zealand. Why not?
See, the thing is, I always forget New Zealand are there, always, and they always do well. Like in their group, out of West Indies, Papua New Guinea, Afghanistan, and Uganda, like you should back New Zealand to get out of that quite comfortably, right? And then they play decent cricket. They've got some good players, so I think it's a nice chat. Thanks.
Yeah, New Zealand has definitely got a chance. I had a look at this on the Betfair exchange. There's not loads of money in this market, so it's not absolutely rock solid as an indicator. Sometimes you get a very good understanding of what's going on, but take this maybe with a bit of pinch of salt. Odds of making the final: India, 46% chance of making the final, according to the betting market, which is high. That's really high. That's almost mean that would basically mean
80% chance of winning their games in the knockouts, pretty much. Not the knockouts, the Super 8s, I guess.
Well, I think you carry some points forward. I think it might be a little bit high, but what the market is saying that is India are more or less 100% to make the semi-finals. That's cricket, baby. That's how it works. India, to be fair, are pretty good.
So who are your picks again? Jack, so you had India.
India, England.
Yeah.
West Indies, Australia.
Lovely.
Okay.
So I've got
Max, who's your winner of the IPL World Cup T20?
The IPL World Cup. I'm going to go for Australia.
Okay. I'm going to take India.
Oh, you kids. Well, I'm taking England then. There we go. How exciting we are.
This is a boring tournament. We need an upset, and we need it quickly. With
Yeah,
4
we do.
games in, we need an upset. We need something.
And not an upset like Sri Lanka not going through. A proper one.
Yeah. We need Scotland to
Big
beat
boy.
England tomorrow.
Yeah,
Come
that
on,
would-
Scotland.
Okay, well, let's do this to make it a little more interesting. Out of the non-top 3, who's your biggest banker? I'll take South Africa. We'll do that as an extra category.
Really? Wow. Well, I've said West Indies would make the semi-finals, so I'll stay consistent with that.
There you go.
Great. Well, I said New Zealand would make the semi-finals, so I'm going to hedge. I'm going to go Pakistan.
Oh, wow. He's gone Pakistan.
Lovely.
Look, it could happen. It could happen. Is there anything else that we need to talk about on this podcast? Like we could do, and later in the tournament, we'll probably do some previews of games as they come up. But for this first one, we had a little bit of catching up to do on the on the prediction side. You know, obviously England are in action this week. India v Ireland, Ross, you said was on Wednesday. We'll probably do a show sometime after that, and then it all kicks off on Thursday. 4 games on Thursday. Nobody knows why. Cricket.
Well, yeah,
cricket is brilliant.
Maybe.
Just some. I'm sure we'll be talking more about why England and Scotland are clashing with Netherlands and Nepal. And
well,
I'm not going to get. I'm not getting into it. I'm not getting into it.
Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter.
It's cricket, man. It's cricket.
We're going to be covering the whole of the World Cup, just as we've covered the IPL, etc. So sign up, subscribe, join our Patreon. We've had 2 new joiners this week, so thank you very much for signing up. And you go to patreon.com/the cricket pod and just get involved. It's a global network now, lads. I'm very proud of what has been achieved on the Discord and on Patreon. So thank you everyone who's involved in it, and thank you everyone who's listening. Our biggest audience is in America.
Second biggest.
Yeah, well, other than England. And so yeah.
Right.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it. So, if you like these 3 English people talking to you about cricket, subscribe.
Or even only
friend.
2 of them.
Yeah, or maybe you don't like any of us personally. Yeah, maybe they. Let us know. Let us know in the YouTube comments which ones you like and which ones you don't like. That would be good. Along with your predictions.
Would anyone
Ego's fragile enough as it is.
Would anyone, to finish off the show, would anyone like to hear Miraj's Apple Podcast review?
Yes,
Please.
Yeah, and you can leave a review. Please do leave a review.
We're not quite up to 10, so there's not a T-shirt coming out yet. But when we get to 10 on Apple,
we're up to 5
now.
Yeah, we put more than 10 reviews. We've got like 300 reviews, but we wanted 10 more written reviews. Yeah,
my competition.
10 more written reviews. Miraj says the cricket podcast. Well, it starts off the headline is stats, context, laughs, and banter. The cricket podcast is my favourite IPL podcast. The reason is simple: they cover cricket for what it is, despite their personal favourite teams. This, I feel, is lacking with most of the coverage out there. Jack, Ross, Max, along with Dan on occasion, provide a great listening experience and all-round coverage of the game. More people should listen to TCP because they are very knowledgeable about the things they speak about. Unless it's random predictions in brackets, and that literally is in the reviews. And to do what 3-4 podcasts a week is commendable. Thank you, Miraj. And it continues. And you should take a step ahead and pass on the good word with cricket friends. Yes, do that. Listen to Miraj. Of course, you'll hear, "Oh, they're Brits," but boy, are they going to be surprised at the straight talk and no hero worship, or even random defences of their own team. Aside of the IPL, their coverage of world cricket events comes from a good place. They actually watch games, which is evident from the constant banter on the Discord. Segue, join them on Patreon and access the Discord server, and the ability to look at the game with a unique fan's lens, which is always lacking in the commentary. And that's a top review.
That is a top review. That.
Yeah. Great. Look, we're going to wrap up there. I think there'll be more podcasts this week. We think Wednesday. We haven't quite worked out how this World Cup works yet. It's blown our minds. I think about 50% of the podcast we just did was about how blown our minds are at the cricket schedule. So we'll try and figure that out, and keep listening as we make our way through the tournament. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.